Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back. It is time for some more ModSauce action here today with Snoresby, episode number 4 in our series here. Last episode we built this little bit of a platform and started moving some stuff out here, but I've also gone ahead and started moving all my stuff over from the other base, and you can see I've dug a massive big dirty great hole underneath the original hole here. You can see that I mainly started getting these all hooked up. Why is my frame rate all of a sudden feeling like it's taking a bit of a hit? Interesting, it's only when I started recording something must have happened. But what we're going to work on today is getting our tree farm going and getting our energy supplies going, because that is... Ooh, I nearly hurt myself there. That is what is going to start sort of getting us really going into this. Yeah, I've got myself an area marked out where we're going to put our tree farm. We're going to get a harvester from MFR and sit it here and all of that good stuff. Look it all up, and I got some space around it for the trees to grow and all that, so I don't know how exactly I'm going to link downstairs and to upstairs. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that all works out, but we're going to try and make this look like a little bit like sci-fi, even though we're powering this thing off something that's... Oh, I've got no energy in my jetpack. That's why I can't fly. Interesting. I have to be careful here. I don't run out of energy as well. I'm processing a whole heap of ores and stuff, and we've got to get heaps of energy going. So that is the plan for this episode. We'll see how we go. But yeah, I've dug this hole out. I've started making it look somewhat nice, but I think we're going to get started crafting up some stuff from MFR, which you guys have seen before, but it's a sort of necessary step for what we're going to get going on here. So let's get started. So, Mine Factory Reloaded. Come on, NEI, you can do it. Let's get ourselves a planter. So how many plastic... Ooh, how do you get this plastic? It's a bit more expensive, isn't it? Screw that, we're going to go with this plastic. So we're going to need 4 plastic sheets, which is pretty straightforward. Raw plastic, I'm going to have to smelt this up again. I got myself some plastic, rubber bars ready here, just in case we needed them for this particular exercise. You can see we're getting plenty of goodies going here. Let me go ahead and... Well, we're going to need some machine blocks by the look of that, which is fair enough. Where am I looking? We're going to need some flower pots. If I got clay for that, 6 of those. What else we're going to need? Not too much else for that. What about the harvester? One of these ones along here somewhere. That's pretty straightforward as well. Alright, well, hopefully this stuff will up nice and quickly. I want to upgrade this thing as well with a capacitor here before long. What's it like to make a sawmill? Or a sag mill? I think that's the required one. Might have the stuff ready to do that. Let's have a look. One of those. Some of that. I think I had iron bars here, or did I not bring them with me? I don't think I brought them with me. That's alright. We've got plenty of iron as it is. What else did we need? That'll be for later. And some redstone. Redstone is our limiting factor here at the moment, but that's fair enough. Alright, let's make that. We're going to need the sag mill here because we need to get ourselves, if we look at the uses for flint, we go to the sag mill. See if I can find it. Maybe not. We'll make one anyway because I know we need it. So let's go ahead and get some of those going. It looks like we're not going to be able to interact with this table properly with any eye and the attached inventory. That's alright. One of those. I think that was it, wasn't it? Too easy. Look at that. Alright, 1 sag mill done. So let's go ahead and put this down. Actually, I'm going to adjust this so that we're going to have to get underneath there, aren't we? Oops. Am I going to be able to reach it? Probably not. Come here. Ah, that's a shame. Hang on, here we go. This will do it. I can't even reach it from here. Alright, this is going to be fun. Hang on. Oh, that'll do it. Just hover up against the roof. That'll work. So let's go get this thing laced. While we're waiting, we should probably start getting our clay going. So sag mill, plop that down there. So what this allows us to do, recipes, is we need to get ourselves silicon. That's what we're looking for. So we need sand or clay, I think it was. We'll just grab some sand for now. We don't have much of it. Let's just get 11 pieces. 10 pieces. I don't know. We'll see. Chuck that in there, let it do its thing. Alright, we've got enough raw plastic. Let's go ahead and make some sheets. I think that's the recipe. Yep, there we go. So, harvester. What are we going to need? We need a golden pickaxe. Some sticks. Do I have any sticks going here? Look at that. There's a new mod. I don't know what does this, but it puts the date up on when I record, like when I'm just playing. It puts the date and the time up. So I think it does it every half an hour as well. So I don't know. It'll give you guys some indication of how long it takes to record an episode, I guess, and what time I'm actually recording it. It'll be actually the day I put it up. I'll put this video up tonight, I think, if all goes to plan. Alright, shear's done. Full inventory is full. It's alright. Let's go ahead and change. It's back to smooth stone. Oh, I can't actually do that. Really? Oh, man. Oh, well. We've got some in here anyway, so it should be fine. Alright, looks like that's not going to play fair either. It's weird going back and playing all of these when it's not nerfed, when looking at Mine Factory Reloaded when it was in UHS 3, which I'm used to. Everything is so much cheaper. So that's always a nice side to it. Alright, let's go place this downstairs. Bam. Awesome. How long have we been going so far? 6.5 minutes. Not too bad. So, next we're going to need the planter, which won't be that much more difficult. Make our 2 pots. We need a piston. We should nearly have enough stuff for, I would imagine. And the cobblestone. Awesome. So let's get that going. 2 pot plants. Oh, and we don't have enough plastic sheets. Wow, lucky I got myself a little bit more of that stuff. Awesome, planter. So these 2 are going to be the foundations of it. I haven't figured out exactly, where's the center here? I think it's here. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to feed these things with items just yet. I think we're going to have to figure that out a little bit here in a second. But we'll see. I am going to go ahead and make a few components here and figure out exactly how we're going to route things here. And I'll come back once we are good to go. Alright, one thing I did want to show you guys was making the capacitor for this alloy smelter. So the way we're going to need to do this is take that out of there because we don't need it. Turn this to alloys only and let those smelt up. We actually need 2 of those in there. So we need 2 ingots at the moment. We need this electrical steel. So while we're waiting for that to cook up nicely there, let's go ahead and craft the remaining components. We're going to need 2 of the capacitors, like so. Then we're going to need, where is it here? Pulverized coal, and then we're just waiting on this. You can see why I want to get this going a bit quicker. It is a little bit slow. We'll see how we go here. Probably going to need to do a little bit of mining here before long. It's going to get low on iron and things like that, but alright, that's 1 steel. Go put this away. Can't wait to get some applied energistics going here. I haven't played in a mod pack with it, with the new version anyway, so that should be good fun. I'll get into that here soon. Nearly there. Whoop, that is my phone going off. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, nearly done. Oh, there it is again. Alright, I might turn that on silent. Sorry about that. Alright, 2 electrical steel. So, those can go like so. And that. So you can actually get there's a 3rd tier, the what is it called? The octadic capacitor? Wow. We can get that eventually, but we need this vibrant alloy, and I think for that you need ender pearls and this enriched stuff, which is quite expensive, so yeah. So let's go ahead and put in the double layer capacitor, and you'll be able to see how quickly this thing mows through smelting stuff. However, how's this going? I don't know if don't go falling too fast. Yeah, see, I don't know how quickly this thing's going to drain so fast using that, so we're going to need to get some decent power going here soon, which is the reason why we're making this tree farm. So I am going to keep working on that, guys. I'm going to actually smelt up a bit more oak wood here, just in case we run out of charcoal, which wouldn't be too flash. I'm going to keep working here, guys. Get myself a few more supplies going, and I'll see you guys in just a bit. Alright, so we are going to go get some Ender IO stuff going here. I've gone ahead and actually farmed some Ender Pearls overnight. I made myself a shield here, a diamond shield, a diamond sword and a shield. Wasn't that successful. I didn't know how to really use it, but I ended up farming some Ender Pearls, which we'll end up using here in a second. But I'm starting to go ahead and make myself a few things. First things I want to make here is a Yeta wrench, and I don't think I've got everything I need on me for that. So let's quickly change that situation. But this is what primarily you use as a wrench for Ender IO, and it's got a few advantages over using a different wrench here that we'll see in just a bit. So let's make one of those. So you can read all that if you want, pause the video, but I'll probably end up explaining it to you guys anyway. Let's make ourselves some energy conduit. Probably actually going to need 2 lots of that. The conduit, and then we're also going to want to make ourselves a few other things. First off, we're going to want to make some, or using this ender pearl here, if we look over to the alloy smelter, we're going to want to make ourselves some pulsating iron. So we're going to need 2 ingots of iron for this, because this is what we're going to use to, let's turn that to alloys only. This is what we're going to use to transport stuff around and filter stuff really easily using Ender IO. This stuff is unreal. So I'll show you guys that in just a second. Let's clean this up. I can go in there. Alright, so let's turn that into some nuggets, and we'll end up making, oops, we're going to want to make ourselves some of this stuff here. Oh, okay, so it's pretty straightforward to make anyway. That'll do us. Alright, so some item conduit. So if we go to downstairs here, one of the things we got to make here soon is some form of creative flight, because I'm freaking sick of using this jetpack already. We'll probably get into that if we get time at the end of this episode, if not next episode for sure. I want to play with some advanced genetics, because that's the mod that I'll be using for it. So let's dig ourselves a bit of a hole here, literally, not figuratively. Alright, let's clean that up. Make us a little bit more space. Sorry if you guys can't see at the moment. I'll fix that in just a second. Alright. So, how are we going to want to do this? Let's get our conduits here. So, obviously we're going to want energy in the same one. Now, the big advantage of using conduits and all that from Ender IO is, if you put energy there, you can put 2 in the same block, which is really good for space-saving sort of builds. What am I put, actually? How am I going to want to do this? I'm going to need a chest, I think. So let's go ahead and make one real quick. Actually, you know what? We've probably got some down here. I could, oh, stuff it. We'll just make another one. Should be right. Let's do this. Chest. Ooh. Jetpack controls are hard sometimes. Alright. And where's that Yeta wrench? See now, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, this is probably a bad thing that the armor is all there. If you look at the bottom left corner, if you hold shift and scroll wheel, you can select which mode your wrench is in. So when it's in electrical mode, the only cables you can see are the electrical cables, which is really handy. If you have it just in every single thing shown, it's sort of hard to pick which ones we want to take apart. So we're going to want to pick the inventory one. Ooh, what happened there? I must have accidentally scroll wheeled. Alright, grab both of those, put our chest down. So everything will go into the chest. Let's go ahead and we'll hook up the energy, like so. I think that's got it all. Alright, item conduits. Actually, you know what? Energy's not all the way along. That'll do it. And then that can go there, also there, and there. Alright, so for this then, we're going to want to turn this to disabled for the item side of things on this one here. Whereas energy, we're going to want to feed into it, which is cool. We'll end up probably putting our energy bank somewhere in here. I don't exactly know just yet about doing it. On this one, we're going to turn the... You can select the modules here on the side. So this is the energy module. This is the inventory module. We're going to put that to insert. And we're going to want to put a filter in there, which I haven't actually used yet. So enter IO. We're going to want to put a basic item filter, I believe. So we're going to need a hopper. Well, you might be out of iron. Let's go for a look. Oh, I need to put all my gear back on so I can fly. So that's the thing. I might have to go for a bit of mine. Or check out how our quarry's going that was set up at the end of last episode. Oh, we're just going to have enough for now. It'll be fine. Click craft one of these up. And then we're going to need paper surrounding it. Luckily, I have some reeds here, or sugarcane. I always mess the names of that up. I always have it wrong. Alright, basic item filter. So if we go down now, oh, where is my engine? Let's go for a look. If we go ahead and put a basic item filtering on it, this is going to allow us to whitelist particular items. So in this case, which we don't have on us, oops, let's go ahead and whitelist some saplings for now. Ooh. I actually want this here. That's the next question. Maybe if I put... I'm just trying to figure out in my head exactly how I want to lay this room out in terms of where we're going to put our power gen. Because we're going to want to be able to put the power up north. Interesting questions. I wanted to search for this first. I think we got to... You can put priorities on them? Yeah. Okay, I've got to figure out how the priority exactly works, but we'll set the filter up so it whitelists. Match metadata, doesn't really matter. Saplings, I would have thought. Fill the rest of those up. I've got to make the upgrades as well, so I've got a little bit of work to do here, guys. Let's quickly go and check the quarry. Sleep through the night. I might do a fair bit off camera here, otherwise we're just going to be sucking our whole way through and not have anything done by the end of the episode. So I'm going to gather everything we're going to need to finish this off, and then when we come back, we'll finish it off, and she should be all sweet. Alright, so I think I've got everything I need here to get the ball rolling, at least to get our farm started anyway. So, let's go ahead and lay some of these conduits. Actually, no, I need to get something else smelting first. So, I'm going to make myself a thing called a reservoir, and I'll show you guys why here in a second. Let's go ahead and just get it going. We need to get some fused quartz. Now, I was really lucky, and I got some nether quartz from a dungeon chest. Just one of those random houses out in the middle of nowhere. Here earlier. Sorry if the dogs are getting picked up in my microphone as well. That is quite annoying, but we're going to need a little bit of that, and I'm also going to need some glass. Hopefully I've got enough lying around here. If not, oh yes we do, plenty. Alright, what else did we need? We needed a few cauldrons. Alright, how many do we need? 2 cauldrons. Lucky we've got plenty of iron. I went and checked the words. I went and checked the quarry before, and it was nearly finished, so yay for that. Alright, fused quartz, let's go ahead and get ourselves some reservoir. Alright, so the neat thing about these, we need 4 of them, and that's for a particular reason. I also need to get a bucket or 2. Have I got one in my bag? Don't believe so. Alright, let's make 2 buckets. Alright, we'll sleep through the night. Gather ourselves some water. Now, the neat thing about a reservoir... Oh, I'm also going to need to make some other pipes. Let me have a quick look here. Ender IO. We'll do that while we're setting this up. I'm gonna need to make these fluid conduits, which is quite clear glass, which is actually not too hard to make at all. So let's do that then. How much did I need? Let's have a look. 3. Plenty. I need some more of this conduit binder. Darn it, do I have no more cooking? Alright, I'll quickly show you guys how to make this as well, because, well, it's not that hard. And we need 1 piece of clay. So clay in the middle, sand either side, and gravel around the rest. So, chuck that in your smeltery here. Oops. Alright, let me turn this back on as well, so this can continue to do its thing. So I should get some of that come through. Grab that. Awesome. So I'm going to need that fluid conduit. Alright, we've got to go grab ourselves 2 buckets of water. Let's go do that. Luckily we have a bit of water here lying around. Whoop. Grab 2 of them. Sweet. Let's go set this up. So, I also made myself 5 steam dynamos. They're actually not too expensive, so it's pretty much a whole heap of copper and that's about it. Alright. Let's set up our reservoirs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll see that they form a multi-component thingamabob. What are they called again? God damn. Oh, the words. I'm just forgetting everything at the moment. This is horrendous. I'm sorry, guys. I'm forgetting the names of everything. But, a multi-block. That's what I'm trying to think of. But if you get a wrench and right-click on this thing, you'll see there's a little symbol there. Now, if we go ahead and put our fluid conduit on top, you'll notice it automatically exports to that fluid conduit, which is crazy good. So, what we're going to do is put down 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. For now, anyway. And then we'll get our steam dynamos. Because these things require water to run. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these things also need wood or some fuel. We're going to run these off the wood. Hopefully we don't have to convert them first off before we feed these things. We'll see how it goes. But we need to run the fluid conduit all the way up. So that's pretty rad. We also need to, if we turn this thing to fluid, also need to hook these up and you just right click. No. What's it doing? There we go, now it's connected. That is weird how that renders when you've got the Yetta wrench turned like that. So now these things should all be getting water. Oh man, why not? Oh, actually, you know why? Because I've probably set that particular one. Alright, guys, I have no idea what the go is here with this. That one got water. Oh, that's because it's connected straight to the reservoir. I might have to run that behind them. I was hoping I could feed that straight in through the front face, but obviously that's not the ideal situation. That's alright. Alright, let's sort this out real quick. And I don't know where that other piece flew. Oh wait, I still have one on there, don't I? Right, let's quickly do this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll place the last one on the back here and it should be fine. Now these should be, yeah, look at that, now they're all filling up. So that should keep the water supply up. We'll just run one for every side of this thing. And gonna need to get ourselves our item conduits here. Run these all up the front. Now, hopefully this is going to allow us to insert in through the front as well. Maybe it won't work quite like that now. I don't know. I didn't actually test this build. Oh, it's not going to let us do that either. Alright, guys. Let me come and think about how I'm going to lay this out exactly. Because I thought that it'd work, but obviously it's not. And it's just hit 5:30 for me. So there you go. Alright, guys. I'll be right back once I figure this out. Alright guys, so I think I've got it a little bit better now, so let's have a look here. I've made to make myself a whole heap of these basic item filters and they're not cheap when you're making a few of them, so yeah, that is something new. So I'm going to whitelist these, I'm going to put these priorities. Now I haven't checked the priorities on all of these, so I'm not quite exactly sure how it works. I could organise this a little better, but what are you going to do? I'll probably refine it over the next little while here if I'm finding that these are getting too expensive or if I want to save on them a bit. Now let's those all set. One of those, higher priority, and oak wood. Nearly there, guys. Wood, priority, and wood. Alright. So, I've got it all set up here, and then I've got these barrels set up as well. What is the direction on those? I'm going to have to change the direction, aren't I? So to change the direction on it, make sure you got it on the appropriate mode down the bottom left. Then click on the little component there, and the arrow dictates which direction it's actually going to insert. So, or insert or extract, so like that. Alright, so now these are all set on priority 0. Now, I don't know whether the lower the number, the higher the priority. Not quite sure, but we're about to find out. So, I think we're ready to try and turn this thing on. So, let's see here. I'm trying to space out so I can do this. Bam. Awesome. If we go ahead, these should start producing some energy now. We're going to have obviously some excess here, but I plan on routing it up to the top. And look at that. Awesome. Now, have I got my watering can? Grab that. Oh, have I got no water in this thing? That's probably going to be an issue. Let's do something about that. Why has it not got any water in it? Interesting. I don't know why it's not exactly watering. Let's just see if I can get some bone meal and grow one of these trees, just to see if this is going to work properly. Just to test it. I dare say it's going to work. The only thing that'll mess it up is the priority thing. I haven't really tested that yet, so that's why I'm doing this now. Come on, please be enough bone meal. Oops. So here we go. Oh, there's no particle effects, that's why. I'll turn the particle effects off. Options, video settings, particles, all. Yeah, now it is working. Oh, there we go, there's a tree. Now let's see. Oh, it's pretty quick. No FPS lag. Beautiful. Now where's I going to put that? Which one did I put that in then? Oh, have I not set that to auto extract? Oh, have I got to put an upgrade on that? That might be a thing. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Might just flick it. Oh. Speed upgrade? 4 items per extraction. Is this even extracting anything? Active without signal. Alright, there we go. So now where's that placing it? Okay, so I'd put it in there. So it looks like the high... Ooh. If I set the priority on this one. Ah, there we go. So let's go ahead and take those out of there for now. Plonk them back in. Now let's see whether or not it's going to place the saplings in. Yes, it did. Awesome. So that looks like it's going to do its thing. I might have to just give this thing a bit of a water here for a little while, grow a heap of trees and get it in surplus, and then just see whether or not this is going to grow quick enough. Next thing will be if there's enough lighting back here. I dare say there is, but never know. So I'm just going to grow these trees for a bit, guys, get this thing running in surplus, and then I'll meet you guys back here in a bit once I have got this running how I want it. Alright guys, so I've let this thing run for a little bit here and it's starting to catch steam, which is good. I've actually had to install myself a redstone furnace here to convert the wood to charcoal. But that's because, well, we were just burning through way too much wood way too quickly and we weren't filling these things up. So I've had to convert these things all to charcoal, which is fair enough. And then this machine set up so that the blue is on the top, so the input's on the top, and the right is the export. And it sort of does its thing. So it's plugging along alright. Lastly, what we need to do before we finish this episode off here is run some cabling up to the top here, so that, like that. And we'll run it all the way across to our energy storage thing. Let's get down a little lower here. And bam. So this thing should be filling up with energy now, hopefully. Ah yeah, excess energy from the power. That is what we like to see. So, that is going to do it for this episode, guys. I'm going to probably clean this up a little bit in between episodes. I don't know. We'll see how we go. I might have to... I dare say I'll probably try and stream one of these days on this world. And we'll try and do a little bit of tidying up around the place. Make things actually look a little bit nicer, do some of that creative building. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I've actually got a better idea of where we're going to put our machines and stuff as well, and how we're going to do it and make it look somewhat cool. So I dare say this platform is going to transform into something else down the track that I want to look into. But next episode we're going to get into advanced genetics so that we can get some creative flight. So if you've enjoyed the episode, guys, make sure you click that like button down below, comment, and say what was your favourite bit. And if you've got any suggestions, I always like to read the comments and take them from you guys. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. Appreciate it if you did, and if you want to catch up with the rest of the videos, you can go check them out. Wow, the frame rate. Oh, that is because my computer's fucked on it. It's all good, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next episode.